So, it's been some time since we played through mostly various means, not means, but various reasons, real life stuff and stuff like that. And I think I remember what was going on last time. Uh, it it didn't finish at anything hugely particular, but I'm pretty sure I planned on doing the Tau thing next with Commander Farsight. Yeah, I might not sound too great. That's not because I'm tired, because I'm not really that tired, but the allergies are hitting me. But yeah, go on. So besides that thing, we'll see. I don't really have any combat prepared, nor I think we'll be doing the combat normal way. I'm kinda not going to lie, sick and tired of the stuff that I have to do, prepare to make combat challenging, but we'll get to that. So let's say that it's a couple days later when you are doing your typical stuff, either personal business or attending to your equipment, meeting with people, talking, whatever works. You're just doing your day-to-day stuff. And then I just don't know if Xantis is... Oh, during those few days you suddenly turned into a Chaos Cultist. Oh right, we are playing Black Crusade now. Not really, but...
Yep, Xantis has fallen to zinc. Black Crusade time.
Yeah. Funny that they're speaking about it. But yeah, basically what's happening is that it might seem rushed, but yeah, I will explain at the end of it. Suddenly, near Xantis, a well-known associate pops out, Benjamin, who seems somewhat disheveled, disheveled, how do you pronounce that?
Disheveled.
Yeah, that, and not panicked nor angry nor sad, just disheveled, like slightly quicker breath and like increased speed of talking. So it's like, Xantis, great, the man I was looking for.
Benjamin, good to see you.
Yes, all of that. Look, can you gather whatever you think needs to go with you? There's an important matter to discuss with Farsight. Yeah, he doesn't say Commander Farsight, he just say Farsight. So, question is, does Xantis knows about that guy? I mean,
yes. We did a check. He knows who Farsight is. This was a long time ago, though.
Yeah. Then I asked this question and I realized, wait, you idiot, they have plot hook about Farsight. Never mind the question, but yeah. So yeah, what's Xantis' reaction?
So he's basically saying, like, yeah, we need to go talk to Farsight. Stuff is happening. All right.
You won't even believe.
Gabriel here?
He is, he's just muted.
And this calls for Zhao and Sigmund. Hold on a second, Benjamin. Zhao, Sigmund, Psyker, get up here.
Psyker.
Mayek.
Oh, probably this is something that I should probably notice. for... I mean, I would say that to John, but because he's not here, then Mayek having some mild headaches, and Xantis basically Psychers on the ship, and you know that mostly because Mayek and Xantis. You basically have that, you know, sinking gut feeling that the warp is getting more turbulent. Not as in... The change is not rapid, I don't know how to probably describe that. Basically, it's not like it jumped from 1 to 10, for example, but it's like, you know, getting from 3 to 4, 4 to 5 in the like weeks intervals. Something like that. It's not too bad, it's like on the edge of, you know, feeling senses, etc. So it's you don't have permanent crippling headache, it's fine. But I just wanted to take note to that. Go ahead guys, sorry for interjecting, I just wanted to get that off.
So, I'm assuming that the drone agents are coming.
Yeah,
Oh, of course.
he'll be there.
Aye, aye, Captain is the exact phrase.
And screw it, why not? Kenneth, bring the command squad to my chambers.
Yes sir. And then he proceeds to do so. In the meantime, Benjamin says, oh, right, I think I have time, yes, time. Time is what I need, time is... I cannot proceed, never mind. I need to go to check on the Eldar, make sure that the first year comes. Be right back in just a moment. And then he like pops out. But yeah, you can go with your... I mean, if Xantis doesn't have any outward reaction, then we can
Nope, he
proceed
is.
to the meeting itself as the throne agents and command squad assemble in your chamber. The scene is yours.
We lost Savior.
Oh no.
I mean, I think I heard some clicks. I wonder if he didn't disconnected himself for because of a mistake.
Mm.
Ah, okay.
Hiccup, excuse me.
It's no problem. You're back, Xantis?
The what?
Oh, that was loud.
Great.
Sounded like Space Force was trying to communicate.
Okay, so I basically said that, yeah, Throne Agents, Command Squad, meet up in your chamber. This scene is yours.
It seems that progress has been made on the Commander Farsight situation. Benjamin was just here a moment ago. Left to check on the Eldar. I'm assuming he's going to be back fairly soon.
Wait, how many
Hmm.
person Command Squad?
Well,
1, 2, 3, 4.
what exactly is the situation as it stands?
Oh, I'm sorry, what did you say?
What is the situation as it stands? Like, progress has been made. What progress exactly?
Oh, I have no idea. He was just in the middle of explaining that.
And then he left.
And then he left.
I feel like we're going to be going on a trip.
Yeah. hide away from majority of command squad, not from Kenneth, but definitely from Exalta and... Wait, who's second to last? Cantor? Exalta... Yeah, and Cantor, they're definitely like raised eyebrows. They don't ask, but their faces say like, what Farsight situation? Who is Farsight? Is this a heresy?
So, quick explanation for those who are unfamiliar with Farsight. Farsight is a commander of the Tau. However, he does not follow the typical Tau mindset. In fact, he has split off from the main Tau Empire and has his own little enclave called the Farsight Enclave.
Right.
He's not quite a Tau heretic, but his status with the Ethereals, their leaders, is somewhat suspect.
How radical.
Elisa apparently, like, she slightly raises her hand. Permission to speak.
Granted.
This is... And I'm saying, like, she rolled 34, and I'm gonna say she has a natural intelligence, so she's making a pretty solid guess. I'm taking it is a wild guess, but am I to assume that something connected with him is... Well, it doesn't seem like we are talking about him in regards of exterminating him.
No.
Well, let's not take everything off the table.
Well, I mean, if we have to, then we'll kill him and everyone else. But no, that isn't what I am desiring today.
Good to know where we stand, sir. And yeah, they... Like, Exalta, probably like... When you said like Tau, there's this just slight like... but she's like... And then she doesn't say anything, and her face, it doesn't even change that much.
I can see it now. Like, oh goodness, what is the Inquisitor doing this time?
But yes, Chateau Violet, Schloss Monter will likely be who we're going to be meeting. I'm going to go to my room and get my things.
Yes, everyone might want to suit up.
And then, like, kind of thinking about logistics. Sir, like, what kind of transportation we'll be using? I mean, is he planning to... No, he's just like... Do we know how are we supposed to get to that meeting?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Benjamin is probably going to teleport us there.
And yeah, this is the like reaction of some of the guys. I mean, I don't remember. I don't think they even had the pleasure of being teleported with him. Maybe I think some of them used the Mayek's power.
They've all the command squad has been through the gate at least once.
Yeah, but that's Mayek's power, and well, Benjamin has something different because he's a fucking special snowflake. But yeah. So and then Cantor's like, oh goody, good. Guess that's good. I missed my breakfast. And then yeah. All right.
I might recommend eating because we don't know when we're coming back.
And then Ignace says, "Don't worry, Cantor. It's not like you're going to lose it immediately afterwards. I think Benjamin's think is different than Make's power. Oh, you would know about that. Like, wait, and then they like, if they are like, by your permission, Inquisitor, and they're gonna like leave to prepare themselves.
Go ahead. Although, Throne agents, a moment. Command squad, dismissed.
Yep, they leave. Quite hurriedly.
So, what do you guys think about this whole situation?
What is that charming little acronym the military likes to use? FUBAR?
Well, that's correct. And let's not completely FUBAR just yet. I mean, it'd actually be a charming Tau. He's not going to try to get us on the side of the greater good, so we don't have to worry about that.
What I understand of Commander Farside of Chauvin is charm is not his strongest suit.
No, his strongest suit is melee, which is unusual for a Tau. So, if he doesn't like what we have to say, at least we'll see the attack coming from the front.
Lovely.
I have every confidence in your ability to speak. You do speak Tau, right?
Yes, I am familiar.
Lovely. Who knows? Maybe being spoken to in his own native tongue will put him more at ease.
Not a favoured language, but manageable, I suppose. Well,
Well, yeah, well, we're not going to be the only ones there regardless. The Eldar should be there as well. Today is not going to be a good day for Exalta.
well, little matter of that.
At least she doesn't have insane hatred.
This is true.
That would have been a clusterfuck.
You think? Huh.
Yeah.
I should
Charming.
get her some wine. Oh well. Sigmund, you haven't said anything. What are your thoughts?
I'd rather not work with him any longer than we have to.
Well, we won't. We will do what we need to do to complete this one task. And then, well, then we separate. Leave him to the Orozinos.
That's all from the scene?
Yeah, that's all he has to say.
Yep.
Okay. So, as you gather up, Benjamin pops in again. You see, like from the last time, I don't know if you, I don't know if you remember his like description that basically one of his visible eyes was not looking human, more like reptilian, similar to greater demon of like Lord of Change. That one of his arms was covered in bandages, and it looked through that bandages it looked pretty like weird, like more similar to that freaking beard, as in Art of Change, not like a human arm. And yeah, as he popped out, you see that he like swipes away like a few tears of blood coming from his eye, from the like non-human looking eye. And then he like, oh, good, you're ready. Well, let's just say that due to various circumstances, the timetable has been accelerated, but I think it should be for the best if I explain it with the other participants. Are you ready to go?
Yep,
Of course,
completely.
Benjamin. Handsome as always.
Flatter. I mean, and then like you see that another like trickle of blood like comes from his. I mean like he's crying with like blood, and then he like tears it again. But I guess that's what I have for. You know, that's what happens if somebody who owns the. Fuck, do you say purview? Patron area? That if a god has ownership of a certain domain, like purview, something like that, of visions and stuff. But I will explain it later. Sufficient to say that, well, the things will proceed quite quickly. And then he like looks at Xantis, and I will whisper to you a message. Shit! Whisper. I forgot to point to whom I'm whispering. And then, alright, off we go, and then he like spreads his hands, and don't you worry, it will only cause mild discomfort. And then like counter, oh no wait, like Sidolf is like, oh that's just great, and then this like shift happens when like, as in in some movies when you see from the inside of the ship when they activate FTL drive, like your perception suddenly starts stretching for a moment, and then it goes like, you know, like launched from a slingshot, and then like as it happens, it ends as soon as it began, and surprisingly all of you land on your feet, and you find yourself in a like rather nice looking place. It's not the dark, deep underground cave, you know, the location of the first meeting between the Elder and Caden. Basically this is an interior of some kind of a building, although the way it is built, at first glance it doesn't look imperial, but it also doesn't look neither Tau nor Eldar, to be honest. And yeah, as you look around, like it's pretty well ornate. The walls are thick, made from stone, and in general it doesn't look like there's a lot of electronic equipment. It seems pretty low-tech, and the room is like quite big, but you can see like the doors and through the doors, which are like slightly opened, you can see basically the sunlight and quite a bit of green, so perhaps it is some sort of either agri-world, or if this is not exactly an imperial world, some sort of long forgotten planet that somehow, well, somehow the nature survived. And obviously as you take into your surroundings, you see that Lord Caden is already there, and shortly after you, you see that Farisa, Farsir Farisa and Exarch Fanbas appear, and yeah, Benjamin is like, oh, excellent, everyone's here, well, almost everyone, so please take a seat. There is a small, not change of plans, but due to certain things that are happening, well, Farsight had to bring some more people, but don't worry, he's not going to do anything stupid. Let's just say that Tao will be desperate. And this is like a weak chuckle, like, yeah, this is not really good. Well, please take a seat, take your seats. And then he like starts going to the exit to like look outside. And then, yeah, Caden, like, mostly for Xantis, like, Caden doesn't... He feels that, yeah, he's neither amused and he seems pretty serious. And the same can be said for Eldars. They obviously, upon seeing you, mostly to Xantis, but possibly because of, as a sign of good gesture, they also, you know, like, nodded to Zhao and Sigmund as a show of, like, greetings. But yeah, they look pretty serious, and as Benjamin is, you know, going to look outside probably to call Farsight, assuming he's already on the planet, Caden, he doesn't say that loud, he doesn't whisper, but he also doesn't say that loudly, but like all of you can hear it. If anything, there's one matter in which Benjamin is correct. The things are not exactly good, and the same can be said for the Imperium of Man. Quite recently, we, the Inquisitors and the other branches of the Imperium, received the message that Cadia fall. So, as you may imagine, the matter of the Emperor that we discussed is a currently top priority after this matter is finished.
Well,
Does anybody respond? Or did you heard my message, or should I repeat it louder?
a little louder, please.
Yeah. Okay, he says, if there's one thing that Benjamin is correct, then it's the fact that the things are not good, as he put it, also for the Imperium of Man. Recently, there was a message that went through the Astronomicon, and it stated clearly, the Cadia has fallen. So that means the matter of the Emperor and your project, and he looks at Xantis, and obviously you know that he means this, you know, maiden, this dream that you have, is now a top priority after this matter is concluded. Oh, they changed the macros.
Mm.
Huh.
That looks ugly.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. That is what the willpower is for. Xanthus is Cadian. But this hasn't seen Cadia since he was a teenager, so yeah. Yeah, sorry, Demko, if you're expecting tears, you're not going to see them. Anyway. To the news that Cadia has fallen, Xanthus breathes.
Well, it seems I was right in my first assessment. Charming.
It was possible for Cadia to fall, but I guess that was naive optimism. Great. Very well, my lord. I will shift the the maidens will be the top priority of my cadre.
Caden nods. I know that you wanted to pursue Sidov, but something tells me, assuming that we all will be alive at that point, that in your pursuit of these maidens, you will find him sooner or later. Something tells me that he will be pursuing the same thing. For what reason, I don't know. And it doesn't even matter. If a chance happens, you will terminate him and his associates.
Yes.
And then, just before Benjamin pops in with Farsight, apparently, Farisa looks to you, Xanthus, and says, and she sounds actually like really, maybe not really sorry, but fuck, what's the word? She tries to sound nice about it, sympathetic, yeah, and says, because, I mean, they are psychic, she's Farsi, so she probably noticed your reaction, so she might add 2 to 2, and says, I don't know if it means much, Inquisitor, but from what I've heard, there were people that survived the fall of Cadia, and they are being led through the webway to safety as we speak.
That does make me feel better, Farseer. Thank you.
Alas, as far as we are aware, Lord Castellar Ursakar Ekrit has fallen during the defense.
Damn it. And if Creed is dead, that means that the 8th has gone with him. Oh well. Just another day in the Imperium. Everything's going to hell, and we just have to learn to adapt. No big deal, right?
Caden says, indeed. Although feeling what other revelations we might have in this meeting, I believe this will be a very long day. And then Benjamin pops in. Right behind him you'll see Farsight, and I didn't really find proper description of him outside of his suit, because obviously he's not in his mech suit, he's like in his usual attire, like official military, as in not soldier suit, but you know, for like delegation, or like, you know, when military guys have official meetings and they don't expect to shoot one another. Yeah, he's walking straight there. He has like a stone cold look on his face, but obviously, I mean, you can feel some emotions coming from him, even though I read that Tau are not exactly that visible in the warp because of their relative. I don't know if that's canon from them, but there's something with the warp about them. Anyways, yeah, he steps in. He has no, he steps alone, and obviously you can feel that there are some other Tau, you guess, on the outside, waiting patiently. And Benjamin says, yes, there are quite indeed truth in Lord Caden's words, although I can say this will be a long day for me. If the scene starts screwing with your perception of reality and present, yeah, it's hard to figure out where's the present, but I'm digressing. So, yes, because we have to deal with various revelations, you might as well, Commander Farsight, you might as well go with your revelation. And Farsight, in his like military cut, clear, straight tone with unwavering voice, he declares that very well. Normally, I would have come alone, but circumstances forced me to take however many people Benjamin was allowed to take, while the rest is taking the usual way. As there is no other words to say, I'll say it clearly. The most probably the Tau Empire, alongside the section of the Imperial Wards in the Ultima Segmentum, is gone. By what? I'm not exactly sure. But since 3 weeks ago, we've been noticing a significant drop in communications. Basically, he explains that, yeah, there were like signs that something was going down, and something really spooked them. And basically, he then says that every Tau that was able, they literally evacuated the entire enclave, and right now, his Tau are like going through their, slow FTL warp jump through the Ultima Segmentum, getting well towards like west, so towards Segmentum Obscurus for now. They might be passing Val, but that's like like also. But yeah, basically he declared that yeah, a large portion of the wait, I might as well throw you a map.